Hi everybody, I'm Brad with Big Family Homestead, and in this video we are talking wheatgrass, how we grow it, how we do it, questions that have been asked of us on our fodder system, so let's get right to it. So the health benefits for humans consuming wheatgrass are just amazing. It's astounding, and to be honest, we should do that more often, but that's not actually why we have our soilless wheatgrass system. We use it mainly as a fodder system to feed our animals with. See, it really keeps our costs down very, very low for our rabbits and our chickens and our goats. The animals absolutely love it. They get a high amount of nutrition, and it really only costs us pennies. So I'm going to take you over, well, it's right there, but I'm going to show you a little bit closer how we do it, what we do, and answer some questions that you guys have been asking. So let's get right after it. Here is our wheatgrass system working. It basically is an 8-tray system, and we got a bucket down there with a reservoir of water, and then there's a pump down in there that pumps water up to the top, and then it comes out here, as you can see. Now this side right here of this tray is elevated a little higher than this end, so the water will go down through the wheatgrass, and then you can see those holes there. It drips down to the next tray, and this side is elevated more than that side, so it just keeps going down, zigzag, zigzag. One thing is that we have this shower curtain around the back, because we used to keep this inside and we didn't want it splashing all over the walls, but basically it just zigzags down, water gets pumped back up, so on and so forth. This tray of seeds right here was put out this morning. And see, if you can see it, the seeds actually have a little tail on them. Now that will grow, and let me see up here. That's about 2 days. They were in the mason jar soaking for 2 days, and then they come out here once they get their tails. But this is a day later than that right there. See how it's a little bigger? And this is a day later than that. Then you start getting into the good stuff. It really will explode and give you a ton of wheatgrass. So some of the questions we get asked on a regular basis, well, here's a few of them. How much did it cost you to put the system together? Well, basically this thing here, the shower curtain was, $2 at Walmart. We already had the shelf. These trays we got at a store that was closing. They're donut trays, and I just drilled into them. So we got those for 50 cents a piece, and then the pump down there, we got that from a local feed store, and some tubing from Harbor Freight for the water tube going up there. So all in all, I mean, if you had to buy the shelving, I mean, that would add probably $30 to the bill, but all in all, I might have 25, 30 bucks in the whole thing. So there's one question. Now another question we get asked is the yield. Well, check it out. This tray here is probably a good 6 to 8 inches wide, and whoa, hallelujah, the water's coming out, and probably a good 2 feet, maybe a little bit longer, more in terms of length. So you get a ton of wheatgrass here. Now it's really ironic because we were just over at our local health food store, Whole Foods, which is around the corner from us, and they were selling a teeny weeny little square like that big. They were calling it pet grass for $4. Now keep in mind, first of all, nutso, that's a lot of money for only a very small amount of wheatgrass. But these trays, I mean, I guess you would say that by their standards, this tray would probably be worth 40, 45 bucks if you're figuring on how much they would sell it for. But the amount of wheat berries that we put in there literally costs us about 25 cents or less, 20 to 25 cents depending on the deal you get. So that is a huge savings. So if you're into wheatgrass or you want to do this for your animals, it is a super cost-effective way to do it, and power pack lots of nutrition in there. Okay, I had another question of people saying, well, what's with the soilless? Why you don't need soil? And the answer is no, because in that wheat berry, in that seed, it has all of the nutrition it needs to grow to a full mature blade of grass for harvesting. it has all of that nutrition in there already, so you don't need to add any soil unless you plan on trying to keep it growing like your lawn, but we're not. We're growing it up to a mature height, and then we harvest it, and it's really great because the rabbits and the chickens and the goats, they eat it all. They eat it down to only just a very thin, wafer thin mat of just the basic roots, and even the chickens will pick at that. So it's really, really great for our animals. So another question is, we see that you have it in your overhang here without having any sunlight on it. Does that impede the growth of the wheatgrass? And the answer is no. Once again, it has everything it needs in that seed. All you need to do is get it wet, make sure you feed it water a couple times a day, and it will grow just like this without being under the sun at all. We had another question on the nutrition levels in terms of the actual seeds, the grain itself, the wheat berry. Now you can give your animals the wheat berries just like that, but the issue is you only get, their bodies will only get about 20% of the nutritional value out of it by digesting it that way. Most of it passes right through their bodies. But if you do the sprouted method, if you let it become a sprouted grain, then it switches, it flip-flops. They get almost 90% of the nutritional value out of that wheat berry instead of only 20. So not only are you giving the animals something that they find is really, really tasty, they just love it, but you're also giving them a lot more nutritional value, which is a win-win-win for everybody. So there you have it. Please share the video around. It truly does help our family out. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that answers some of your questions and you will become motivated to find out about wheatgrass for yourself or your animals. It is a great, great, high nutrition, easy to do, super cheap way that you can really save some money and also increase the health of yourself and your animals. So please consider it. I am Brad with Big Family Homestead, and you have an amazing day.